Welcome back to The Shape of a Person, our podcast that we are just having the best time recording and sharing with all of you. Today we got to speak with the amazing Melina. I think we are both in awe of her story and the journey she has been on and is still on, and she is one of the most independent people, just such a self-starter, someone who sees an obstacle and finds a way around it. And I wondered when we started this podcast how many episodes it would take for me to cry. And the answer was today. So what is this, number 5? She just, the ending of her story was especially beautiful and powerful. So enjoy meeting Melina. I know that you will, just as much as we enjoyed our conversation with her. So here she is. Okay, Melina, thank you so much for being here. I know it's kind of unnerving to come sit in this room and record your first podcast. It's a little strange for Becky and me still too, but it's just such a pleasure for us to get to know our students and hear your stories. And you especially are new to our program. So I know a little bit about your story, but only a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to filling in those gaps. So first, would you just tell us where you're from and how long you've been here in the United States and in Texas?
Yes, of course. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me. Mm-hmm. Participating here is for me like very ritual, and that encouraged me to move forward because the most important thing, I think, to learn English is to practice it.
Sure, that's right.
The most exposure you have to the practice, you will be like growing up in the learning.
Yes.
In every part of your life.
That's right.
So I am very thankful for you to inviting me here.
Oh, good. We're happy
Thank
you're
you
here,
so
and you're
much.
welcome. It's our pleasure.
And yes, it's my first semester here. My name is Melina Bustamante. Mm-hmm. I am from Honduras. Mm-hmm. And I used to come here back and forward with my tourist visa.
Okay.
That I have that visa for more than 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I have a sister and a brother living here.
Oh, okay.
So my sister was the one who moves into U.S. when she was 17 years old.
Goodness, okay.
She get married here.
Is she married to an American?
She get married to an American, but now she's not with him anymore. Mm-hmm. She's married with another man. Mm-hmm. So we used to come and visit and come here for a little while because we have all our life in our country.
Of course, yeah.
Here in Texas specifically?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, and my mother decided to come here because with my sister because my mother has a cousin here. No, not a cousin. It's a cousin of us. It's a nephew.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he was here for a long time, and when they got for the first time the tourist visa, they decided to come here and visit and to know the place.
Sure.
Right. Was that pretty standard? Like, do you have friends or family also who have had family come here and have gone back and forth with tourist visas? Like, is that a pretty standard situation?
Usually in Honduras, not that a lot of people has the opportunity to have a visa because it's very difficult to have it. You have to prove your income. You have to prove to the U.S. Embassy that you are not pretending to come here and be here for a long time.
Yeah.
You have to prove your income as a tourist visa?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
They classify like a tourist visa with an business visa also.
Okay. They're in
you
the same
can do
group.
business, you can come and visit knowing places, and you can come here to have a medical
like a procedure or
yeah,
okay.
medical things. You can can come here. So it's really hard to get approved a visa to come to here.
Interesting.
So yes, we have family, we have friends who do that and come here for a while, maybe 1 week.
Got it.
Because when I come here, I just was here for a week because I have many things all my life there.
Of course. And did you at that time speak English when you would come visit for a week at a time?
Yes, I'm thankful to God because I had a big opportunity. I have the opportunity to study on a bilingual school.
That's why your English is really good. Okay, yes.
And it's like kind of weird because only me, my mom we are 4 in my family. So I was all the time near with cousin, and they have much opportunities than us. It was a brother of my mother.
Okay.
He already passed away.
Sorry.
So we grew up very near, very close. So they were in a bilingual school. So my mom just do an effort to pay for me.
Oh boy, yes, to do the same.
Yes, to do the same, and that's why in my house I am the only one that was in a bilingual school.
Oh.
That wasn't fair to my brothers and sisters.
Are you the oldest?
No, I am.
You're just the favorite. No.
No, I am the third.
Okay.
Yeah, the boys are the olders.
Okay.
And then my sister, the one who lives here since 17 years old, she's the last one.
Got it. But you're the only one who went to the bilingual school.
Yes. And when I realized that my mom was doing a really effort to pay in that, I just decided to quit. I do from pre-K to 5th grade.
Oh, that's all? Okay.
Oh, so that wasn't really that much.
Yes.
But then I don't practice it for a long time until I get married and I have my child.
Sure.
So I want them to learn English.
Yes.
So I make an effort to have them in a bilingual school.
Okay, so I had the pleasure of meeting your son yesterday, and his English was excellent too. So I was curious. That was one thing I wondered is how both of you are such fluent speakers.
So Dad helped me. I have a knowledge when I was a child.
Yes, right.
But then I practiced it a little bit when they were studying.
Yes, at the same time as your kids. Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
And I always try when I was not living here. I always try to look at the mirror and speak.
That's wonderful.
Whatever I want to say to myself, I try to stand up in front of the mirror and try to speak. Try to write little notes.
That's real. I'm glad that you said that, and I hope some of my students in Oral Communication 1 are listening to that, because I tell them to do that, because in different languages we even move our mouth and our face differently when we
and
speak.
that at some point gives you like confidence.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard then when you have to talk with native speakers, because I think it's the fear to fail, the fear to do the things bad, but that's the way you're gonna learn.
For sure.
So Melina, I only met you one time before today, and I'm just wondering, could you tell us like when you came here? Why you came here?
Yes, of course. I always, in my entire life, I was always trying to improve, trying to study, and I am the only one in my house that have a bachelor degree.
Okay. What is your degree in?
I am an industrial engineer.
That's right. Okay.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And for that things of life, I only worked with my degree around 2 years. After I have my degree. And then I quit my job because it was so hard to me to be there because it was an like steel industry. I was a manager there. And I work with a lot of men.
Yes, of course. Yes, yeah.
And it was hard because I already have my 2 boys with me.
Yep, yep.
So I decided to quit. I only worked for 1 year and a half. And then I started to look for a job. And I just, in a period of 3 months, I get a new job that was completely different. It was managing some stores that they sell vitamins, supplements. I don't, at that point, I don't know anything about that. It was like, it's stranger for me and hard because there's a lot of things that I have to learn.
Yes, right.
And I
on
was
the job, as you go,
but my career is like kind of part of the industrial and the management. So I have the opportunity to work in the both sides. So when I have this job, the owners of the stores, they only train me 1 day.
Oh my goodness.
And then I have
And
to
then there you go.
So I
go manage.
so I started to study their plants. I worked for them like 2 years and a half, and then I met a person who was giving me the opportunity to sell. Like, this person wants me to go to the stores and sell like 12, 24, 50
to the stores.
To the stores in Honduras. So I was so afraid because I was comfortable there.
Yeah.
But then I talked to my husband and I decided to quit to get that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I take the challenge and build my own company.
Wow, good for you.
And then I was providing all the stores all around my main city, that is the capital of Honduras, is Tegucigalpa.
Okay.
And I was doing the selling. And I have time for my kids.
Yeah,
and I
it's more
time
flexible.
my own. And then with the years, the ladies that owns the stores, they get in too much trouble because they were like struggling finding another
Your replacement.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So they decided to sell the store to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There were 2 stores
Okay.
when they sell them to me.
Okay,
And of course I say yes.
sure.
I worked there for
Yeah.
2 years and a half, and I know that
You
I
built
know
the
all the
business.
management,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was providing all other stores the merchandise. So why not?
So I
Yes.
find it interesting that you say, of course.
That's
I
what you
said, of course I said yes, because that's not what would come to me naturally. So, and I'm just interested in how you were the only one in your family to get that bachelor's degree. You decided to take on jobs that you had no experience in, but you
right.
learned along the way. And you seem very ambitious,
Yes.
hardworking. Does that just come to you naturally? Has that been a struggle, or?
No, I think that I saw for a long time and my mom doing that. Not at my point or as my same point of view, but
Sure.
I saw her doing
Yeah.
a lot of things
Yeah.
to move
improve
forward
her
to
life.
us.
Like when you were a child, you saw how much your mother.
Yes, and I was
did for you.
the one that helped her do so many things there.
You're such a self-starter, which I just find fascinating. You don't have a model of someone getting a degree, but you go get your degree.
Right.
You don't have a model of someone managing those kinds of stores, so you teach yourself how to do it, and then you don't have a model of owning a business, but you're like, of course, yes, I can own a business. And even here, so you're taking a speaking and listening class with me, but you're like, I need to learn grammar. So I gave you a book and now you're teaching yourself grammar. It just is so incredible to me. And I don't know if you realize how unique that is.
Yes, really.
That me, I would just be like, well, I guess I won't learn English grammar.
Right.
And that's too bad. Well, I guess I'm going to have this job I hate. I love my job, right? To be clear, I love the job I have. But when you were talking about your first job, I would have been like, well, I guess I'll just do this. And I don't like it.
That's exactly what I was picking up on.
Yes.
So when they decided to sell the stores, there were two. And then I closed one of them that was not really working, and I opened another.
Oh, in a different location.
In a different location. And I just wait like around 2 years, and I opened another store in another location and two more. We used to have 5 stores there. Unfortunately, with the COVID, we have to close 3 of the stores because
that's so hard.
we have been trapped in our country around 8 months.
With the COVID restrictions.
With the COVID restrictions, because you have only 1 day in the week that you can go to the grocery store, you can go to the bank, that day you have to do everything. And only like the health workers, the police, and another people that the government allowed to be on the streets, they could do it in the whole week. So it was too long.
Yeah.
I think sometimes here we don't realize that in other countries, the shutdown was a completely different experience. Like there were
horrible, terrible.
Yeah, like you couldn't leave your house on certain days. You couldn't, right?
I get sick since March until maybe September with a lot of things. I guess it was stressful to do. Yeah, thinking about how I'm going to pay the workers, how I'm going to pay all the how do you say
your
debts?
Bills, your employees, all of it. That's so stressful.
We have to close 3 stores. The income was not the same, and we have bigger things to pay. So my husband also worked with me in all the stores. He was the one who built up everything, painting, the electrical things.
Oh, like actually built the wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was the one who distributes all the merchandise in the whole 5 stores.
Wow, you're quite the team.
I know, my goodness.
So is that why, was it because of all the effects of what happened during COVID? Is that why you decided to come here?
Yes. Then we realized that we cannot make it. We cannot have the same income, and we are not paying all the things. But we are getting more and more and more in interest with the bank.
Yes.
So he decided to come here first and look for big trucks and cars, and he get them and drive all the way down from here to Honduras.
Oh my!
How long does that
That's what I was
take?
going to ask.
Around a week.
Wow.
And my son, the one you met yesterday, he do that with him and without him.
Okay.
How many borders do you cross?
Mexico, Guatemala, and then Honduras.
Honduras. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but Mexico's really
Really
long.
huge. Yes.
How long were you in that situation? How long was your husband driving
I think
back and forth?
Since September the 2020 until the 2022 around December. because he was coming back and forward. It was really hard to him to do that.
Yes.
Because they cannot rest well, eat well.
No, it's, yeah.
And it wasn't like too much at the end, the income that he got.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. Right.
In the 2022, I decided to come here and visit a lawyer and tell my story and look for options that I have, how we can come here legally, because I think that you cannot be, well, I have the opportunity to have my visa, so I don't want to do the things bad.
Sure, yeah.
You want to follow
above
everything.
board.
Yes, because God is looking after that. So I know I have my faith, and I know that everything that I have and I could do becomes from Him, from God. So I want to do the things right. I go to visit this lawyer, and he showed me the options.
Yes.
But it takes like around 8 to 10 months to decide to me leave my country, because the option was come here with not a tourist visa. Instead of the tourist visa, you can apply for an investor visa.
Okay.
But I was like thinking about, I don't have any money to come here and invest.
Right.
That's right.
So he told me, I cannot tell you how much money do you need, because that depends in which or what you decide to open. So the only thing that comes to my head was the cleaning services.
Yes, sure.
Because it is a service, and the investment is only
minimal. You don't have to buy a lot of equipment.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to have like a big space, right?
Right.
So I decided to open a cleaning service.
Awesome.
Company.
Wow.
How many years ago was that? 2022.
That was in the 2022 that I visited him like around 5 times.
Wow.
And
Yes.
I write all the questions.
Yeah.
And I went with my husband, without my husband, with my sister. I do all the questions that I have to do, because I know his suggestion was come here, and then you're going to stay here and change your status.
Okay.
But what I don't really know at that point was that I cannot leave the country with a change of status, and I never asked him that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it's going only to take 6 months to do that.
Right.
But it wasn't that time.
So how long did it take?
I come here on March 21st on the 2023, and then he opened the company, and the company is an INC, and then I don't know anything about companies here. I know about in Honduras. I do everything, but not in here.
It's different. Yeah.
It's really different. So he decided to open the company, and then in May in 2023, he called me and he gave me like a black book that the companies, the INC, has like a guide to do meetings, everything that you have to know, it's in that black book.
And at this point, were you in Honduras still, or
No,
you were here?
I was
had
here.
To be here to start
I
the
just
process.
prepare myself the last 6 months on the 2022 to realize that I have to move in here, but I was only thinking about 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Like before you could go back and visit. Yes. And at that time, did your whole family
that's
come
my
at that
question.
time? Or was it
I
just
just
you?
only come with my husband and my younger son.
Okay.
My younger son was 19 years old when we decided to do that.
Okay.
And my older son was 22.
Okay.
He cannot be with me in the application
Okay.
anymore.
Oh.
So he was the only one that was coming back and forward,
Okay.
back and forward. And that's why my son started to do the same thing as my husband.
Okay.
Because he
With
was,
the trucks.
With the
Yes.
trucking,
Okay.
yeah.
because he was alone in the house, and he already graduated. He has a
Yes.
bachelor
Yeah.
degree in physical therapy,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, in my country, it's not that opportunity of jobs for him. So he has to do whatever.
Something else? Yeah, yeah.
So when I was looking at the time, I was always trying to go and meet the lawyer and ask him what is the next step, because
Yes.
we were like in silence for a long time. And when I was very worried about when you enter here with a tourist visa, they only allowed you 6 months to be
Okay.
here
Okay.
lawful. So when I was getting to the deadline,
Yeah.
I was very worried.
Yeah.
And I decided to go again to the attorney, and he do like an extension, but he wasn't start with the process, with the real process of the E2 change of status.
Yes, right.
Because he doesn't tell me that I have to wait like a little bit longer, because when he decided to, or he has to submit another extension of another 6 months to be here, the explanation for that was the company.
Right.
And at that point, he started the process of the change of status. I am here, and I never have a response from the government already for the first application. Then God has a very good plan always for you. And my husband has 4 grown-up children, and all of them are here.
Okay.
So we were like sharing information with one of the girls. She's a U.S. citizen. So she was like, "No, why you don't talk to me first and come in and ask me to submit an application for you?"
Like for them to sponsor you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we never thought about coming here and live here.
Yeah.
Like you didn't think it would be so permanent, right?
No.
Like, yes.
Yes. I think it was only build a company and I can be here and be there and come back and forward. But then I talked to the lawyer because we haven't a response.
You hadn't heard anything, yes, yeah.
You mean you hadn't heard a response back from the government about your status? Okay.
So I talked to him and I tell him that my stepdaughter, he was, "What are you doing this until this time?"
Like he was like, "Why didn't you tell me that before?"
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't want to bother anyone. So
And you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yes.
don't have any idea.
So in November last year, we started the second application to the residents,
Okay, got it.
not to change of status. So we have we submit that on November 15, and we got our social security number and our employment authorization card on December 22nd. So God is very good.
Wow,
all the time.
it's just so, one thing that fascinates me is Americans, I hear a lot that they'll say, people just need to immigrate the right way. They need to follow but it's so complicated. And you saw the attorney how many times, and you asked all the questions, and you came with multiple people, and you still didn't know, this is the real simple way to do it. Like how, and I think depending on what country you're migrating from, the rules are different too. So it's not obvious. It's not easy. You asked for help. You paid, I don't even know how much money
Yes,
to
you were
the
able
attorney.
to go to a lawyer. I mean,
yes,
I
right,
assume
because that's
Yeah,
expensive.
it's around $10,000 to do
Jeez
that, a
Louise.
change of status with with the company.
Wow.
Only for the paperwork and the
Yes,
pay
right.
to the attorney.
Wild. Wild.
So it's really hard and difficult, but what is impossible to me is possible to God. So
yeah.
I
You just
only
have
pray
faith,
and
yes.
have faith and confidence in that He's going to open all the doors.
Yeah.
He has to open for us.
So right now you're in the process of getting a green card
Yes,
through your
a
stepdaughter.
green card, but now my younger son, he turns 21 and he's still in that procedure, in the first procedure we
Yes.
submit, that we haven't a response from the government. So I'm trying now to do something with him because he's not studying anything. And when we moved over here, he was studying at college to be a dentist.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to figure out first with my older one to get him a change of status to study here and see whatever
Yeah.
he can do here, and maybe probably in the future he can work here as a physical therapy.
As a physical therapist, yes. Yeah.
And do your sons both want to stay here?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Yes. At the beginning, the older one was like chilling in the house. I am alone here. Yeah, I'm the boss. Yes, he has all the resources. He has the car, he has the money, he has everything. But I was like, I can sleep.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
can
this
sleep
is so
because in
stressful.
Honduras is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Even though if you're not doing bad things, but if you are not in the good place or in the right place, you can.
So you wanted him to come
Yes. yes.
mostly, I mean, primarily for safety.
Safety.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't good. It's what not.
Yeah.
Yes, that he was there alone by himself,
Yes.
with only the two dogs that we, other two kids.
Your other two furry kids. Your four kids.
that they are there.
So
Yeah.
are you, with the way things are right now, are you able now to go back and see family?
Not now.
Not now.
Not now
you
because
cannot leave the
we
country.
haven't in our hands our green card.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have to wait.
Yeah.
I have to wait.
A lot of
I know that in some point I could go back, but it's not something that I really want to do now.
Yeah.
Because I know how is the business there, and I work every day with them, with this company that I have here.
Oh my goodness.
So you're managing. You're still.
Yeah,
You know,
my
taking care of
store.
all your business in Honduras and this fairly new business here. And how has that been, like starting the cleaning business here?
Hard because I like to clean, but I clean my house.
Yeah, sure,
and it's not the same in Honduras. We don't have any carpets, any blinds,
Oh.
so it's totally different.
Okay.
Totally different. I have to learn step by step.
And is it it's residential?
Residential, and I have done any other like post construction
Okay. How are you building up clients here?
with cards.
Yes, I have one.
With
Yes.
cards, yes.
I'll take a card and share it with people.
Yeah, and you live up here too, so
Yeah,
you may know.
I
I'm
can
going to
share.
the neighborhoods and trying
Okay,
to.
pass them out and
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Is it just you, or do you have any employees?
just me.
It's just you.
Yes, I'm like a VIP cleaner.
yes, right.
Well, I'm thinking, okay, so you have your businesses in Honduras. You are taking class here. You have a spouse. You have two kids.
Yes.
Apparently, you have dogs in Honduras still, right? And you're starting just by yourself your own cleaning business. That's a lot that you're juggling, right?
and trying to change the status of
Oh my
one
goodness,
son and
right?
change the status
That's
of
like
the
a
other
job
son
in
and
itself.
get your own status. And I assume your husband is in the same process as you of
Yeah,
getting a.
yeah.
So just your boys have two different processes, right? And then you and there's so much going on in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, your son's chilling at home. Get up! Help me out!
Actually, I have a question. How did you decide, with everything you have going on, to take a class like a
When I saw the opportunity to have a green card, I just asked me the question, could I work in some point of my life in here like I worked as many years ago with my bachelor degree? And I think yes. So the first step is like, and I want to know in which level of English I was, because I only do the scholarship I do in English. It was from pre-K to fifth grade.
Right.
So I just want to know in which level I was, and I surprised.
I was going to ask if you were surprised. Did you think it would be lower or higher?
I thought it's going to be lower.
Well, I would think so too, to only have studied up until fifth grade and then come here. I'm kind of shocked by how good your English is.
Yes.
Did you keep up all those years? Did you listen to anything in English? Did you read anything in English?
Probably read, and I do like standing up in front of the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
But definitely the exposure with all my customers since I have been here listening and speaking every day with them, that makes a big difference.
Yes.
A big difference. So I think that the last year here I have improved my English.
Through working, through your cleaning company. Wow.
Really, all the customers that I have, they are so special. They are, I think they are like chosen from the hand of God because they are so special to me.
I'm so
that's
glad
really
to hear
lovely.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that who you're going to interview for our assignment for the class?
Probably.
Is one of your customers? Yeah.
Yes.
They have to interview a native speaker. And Melina
I
was
have
like, I speak
around-
with native speakers all the time.
I
Everybody else-
have around 10 customers now.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, to go from zero, that's
Yes,
impressive.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
I got my main customer that I go to her house 4 times a week.
Oh, okay.
I go Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Wow. Yeah.
She was looking for a lady who's speaking English, who drives, who has your driver's license, and to manage the house. In that time, I only have 2 customers.
Oh, okay.
So I decided to call her.
Yeah, I can do
and
it.
Yes, I can do it. I can do it.
Yes.
I was praying like 2 weeks for more
before that.
customers
Yeah,
because
sure.
I was like in the point of go back because I was not doing anything here.
Yeah.
And it was not the point to be here, to leave everything and only do $50 a week.
Yes, sure.
When I was talking to her, she was like surprised that I have my bachelor degree and why you're doing this. Because I don't care.
You just, you're trying
You're
to build
making
a
a
company.
living.
You're making
Yes.
a living. You're,
Yes.
no pride.
And that is not like take me nothing away from me.
of course.
No. So then she asked me, how much do you need to work here?
Wow.
And I was crying.
Yeah,
I
that
was
makes me
crying
start-
there with
yeah.
her because I tell her I was praying. I was praying. and you are my response.
Aww. And so you told her what you needed, and she said, that's what I'll pay you. Wow.
Yeah. And she's very nice with me. When I was like moving out, when I rent the place that I'm leaving, she gave me all the things. She opened her cabinets and told me, I will give this to you.
Wow. That's a servant's heart.
Yes.
Like that's someone who, that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful.
And I'm staying with her. And I cook for her. And every time she needs me to go to the grocery store and do whatever.
Wow. Yeah. So you help manage her home. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little bit more than
Yeah, she
cleaning.
tell me that you're gonna be my property manager.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I cannot be too much grateful.
Yeah. There are amazing people in this world who take care of each other, and
Yes.
it's really good to remember that.
it is really good to remember that. It's easy to focus on all the negative things, but that's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, Melina, I think that's the perfect way to end this conversation because it doesn't get more beautiful than that. I had no idea of all. I knew a little bit of what you have been through, but wow, it's a journey that you're on, that your family is on, and what a lovely lesson that when we humble ourselves and ask for help, there are people who are ready to extend their hand
Of course.
and take care of each other. And
Melina, I didn't know you at all, and it has been an honor to hear your story.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining us for today's podcast recording. We had a great time, as always, making it, and I want to take this opportunity to thank my nephew, Jack, who wrote the music for our podcast. If you haven't yet found him on Spotify, search for him. It's Jack William. He's really talented, and if you listen now, then you'll be able to say you knew him once he becomes famous. And I also want to thank my husband, Eddie, even though I also don't want to thank him because I gave him specific instructions that he was supposed to do the thank yous today, and he's refusing. So I guess I'll thank him anyways for doing whatever he is doing over there, which is not thanking my nephew, Jack, but thank you for the other things you're doing, I guess. Tune in next week with a new guest, and have a lovely week until then.
The views and opinions expressed in this interview are those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Lone Star College.